11 for our last 12. That's our win streak right now in the NBA here on the channel. And guess what, baby? We've got game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. So I think I got a few more best bets for you. This is the free 3. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're trying to get to the bag together and we're trying to make that money. Now, yesterday, our hot streak finally came to an end. Our winning days, the long streak that we had going for about a week or so, yesterday kind of didn't work out in our favor. We had a losing day, 1 and 2 on the day. We did cash on our basketball play of the day. Shout out to our WNBA player of Asia Wilson over rebounds, and she flew over that total very easily. We did lose on the Brewers Cubs first 5 under. As you know, Imanaga didn't look good. The Brewers were able to score like 7 runs off him in the first 5. It just wasn't a lot of it. It just wasn't good. And then the Yankees run line, that was tough. Took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 7th, gave a run in the bottom of the 7th, they ended up winning the game 2-1. It was crazy because I was going to give you guys a money line parlay with the Yankees. I was going to say like the Jays or the Rays. I did that inside the Discord group and that would have hit. But it's all good. Took the run line. It happens. Yankees offense traded just way too many runners, so that's a part of the game. 1 and 2 in the day. Year-to-date record right here. Not too bad. But today we've got game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. So I'm going to run it back with just NBA because we've been crushing it in basketball. Like I said, 11 of our last 12 NBA picks and basketball picks, including the WNBA one yesterday, have cashed in. So let's see if we can keep that momentum going again today. If you've been enjoying the video, if you've been with us all month for the hot and the cold, I appreciate it. Please smash that subscribe button if you haven't. So this way we can get the video out to more people. Now let's continue to share these sports betting wins together. All right, first best bet of the day. Let's just break down the analysis of the game. Game 5, the line right now is about 4.5 in favor of the Wolves. I can't necessarily agree with the line here. And because I just like the Mavericks here in this matchup, I'm not saying the Mavericks win this game. I solely think that the Wolves can win this game. They're at home. They're a tough place to win at home. But the Mavs were able to steal 2 games from them at home. So I have to take that for a grain of salt. And when I see this line continue to creep up and immediately move to 5 on certain books, has maybe come down a little bit, but I'm taking that 5 number. I really like the Mavs to cover the spread, but it is going to be contingent on if Derek Lively is playing or not. I'm still going to lay the 5. But obviously, if Derek Lively is ruled in, this number, I think, can immediately drop. So I think we're getting value here. Obviously, Derek Lively has been an instrumental part of that Mavericks defense. We saw that in that last game without his rim protection. Dallas defense is really lacking. Yeah, Max Kleber came back, but he's more of a stretch big man. He's not going to shoot the ball. He's not as big of a rim protector defensively. He's also not a big lob threat. All those things matter, and that was really the role that Derek Lively was playing alongside Daniel Gafford. And then we saw Dwight Powell play for a few minutes last game. That's not going to get it done for the Mavs. So I think the Mavs are going to need a really big performance from Luka and Kyrie. Both of the guys have shown up thus far in this series. We do need to see Derek Lively play, and if he doesn't, then the other role players have to step up, such as Jaden Hardy. He did last game, 13 points. That's what they're going to need from him if they're going to win this game outright, but especially if they're going to cover the spread. Meanwhile, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, the thing that I'm going to really be looking at here is just, can they stay out of foul trouble? Call Anthony Towns, bro. Like, we can see what he can do when he's on the floor. He was able to snap out of that cold shooting streak that he was going through thus far in the series last game, and that's what they needed for him, but he still fouled out. He picked up 3 boneheaded fouls. He's played about 30 minutes, but overall, if he's on that court longer, the chance of the Mavs coming back, which they made it a game late, and it was actually got a little bit of a sweat there, that wouldn't have been the case. So the Wolves have to make sure they're staying out of foul trouble. As we saw, Karl Anthony Towns fell out last game. Rudy Gobert had 5 fouls. Anthony Edwards had 5 fouls. All of that means a lot. But one key thing that I'm really looking at in this matchup is the fact that Anthony Edwards is no longer guarding Kyrie Irving. They made this switch in the last game, putting Edwards now on Josh Green, Derrick Jones Jr., more of like the spot-up corner guys. And I think that pays dividends because that means Anthony Edwards is going to be as gassed and tired as he was in the first few games of the series. So that's a very big adjustment that the Wolves made, and I think that could pay dividends for them in this matchup. But overall, I just think the Mavs are an experienced team. All these games have been close. 3 of the 4 games thus far in the series have been decided by 5 points or less, and the only game that was decided by more was a 7-point win for the Mavericks. So for me, this has been a close series in every single game, and I think that this is going to be a close game. We're getting way too many points on the Mavs. The Wolves should be able to win this one at home, but I'm just not willing to lay these points. So give me the Mavs +5, and if Lively comes back, I really like the value that we're going to get with that, and also the spike in energy that he can bring to this team. So with me supporting the Mavericks in this game, you guys are probably going to know what I'm going to do here next. I'm going to go with a few player props. I'm going to go with a few Wolves guys kind of hedge out. Do I think they're going to cash regardless of what happens in the game? Sure, but now allows us to hedge just in case the Wolves do cover the point spread, because I do think both of these guys are going to have big performances today. They are the stars of the Wolves, and the first one's Anthony Edwards. But I'm going to take a look at his rebound line. I'm going to go over 7.5 rebounds plus 105 odds. So I really like the value that we're getting on this one. Anthony Edwards has been a monster on the boards, just not only in this series, but also in this postseason. He's averaging 7 rebounds per game in the postseason. Against Dallas this series, he's averaging over 8 rebounds. We saw him grab 10 rebounds last game to get him a double-double, 9 rebounds in game 3. The only time he actually went under this line was in game 2 when he had 5 rebounds. But in game 1, he also had 11 rebounds. We know what's on the line here for the Wolves. They're going to play tough defense. They're going to look to grab stops. They're going to look to be able to force a game 6. But also Anthony Edwards, like I mentioned, is not guarding Kyrie anymore, which should mean more minutes for him. He's already played 40 minutes in every game thus far in the series. So that means he's going to be on the court, which means the volume should be there. The rebound opportunities should be there. But now him playing the weak side instead of on the ball, contesting shots from Kyrie, it now puts him in better rebounding position. And I think that's going to pay dividends, especially, again, when you have guys like Rudy Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns who can't stay on the court long enough because they can't stay out of foul trouble. It means Anthony Edwards has to be a little bit more aggressive. I like the value that we're getting here. I'm not overthinking it. Anthony Edwards over 7.5 rebounds as our second best bet of the day. Now for our third and final best bet and our second player prop of the day, we're going to go with the other Wolves superstar, and that's Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm not overthinking it. We're just going to go with this points here over 19.5 minus 125 odds on Caesars. Now you're probably asking yourself, Noble, he had one good game. Why are you going to go back to him? Because I believe that he broke out of that shooting slump and he did it on the road. And now he's back at home in a familiar place where he's been solid all year. During the regular season, keep in mind, Karl-Anthony Towns is a 22 point per game scorer. Thus far in the playoffs, he's averaging 19 points per game. So the fact that it's an elimination game, he's coming off of a 25-point outing where he went 4-5 from the three-point line, 9 of 13 from the field. That's the confidence that I want you to have at home in this type of situation. In all honesty, if the Wolves are winning this game, they need Karl-Anthony Towns to show up. But even in the other games thus far in this series, even though he did not go over this total, he did have the volume. Yes, he struggled, but 20 shot attempts, 16 shot attempts, 18 shot attempts. So the volume is still there. If he hits 1 to 2 more of those shots, then he's good to go. Another thing that I also really liked in game 4 that I think that he needs to repeat today as well is don't settle for the three-pointer, right? In game 3, he went 0 of 8 from the three-point line. That's way too many three-pointers. In this game, in game 5, he did not shoot his first three-pointer until like the second quarter or the second half. That's what we need. We need you to be aggressive in the paint first, mid-range shots, get you into a rhythm, get to the free throw line, and then you can start stretching it out to a few more three-pointers. That's how he was able to hit 4 of them on Tuesday. So for me, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be a big factor in this matchup. I do like the line that we're getting. I do like the volume that he's taking in terms of attempts from the field. He's been able to go over this fight consistently against the Mavericks. He's averaging 19 points per game against them, including this slump in the playoffs in 8 games. So for me, Karl-Anthony Towns is going to be a big portion of today's game. Give me his points over 19.5 as our third and final best bet of the day. Well, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets in the Western Conference Finals for you guys in Game 5. Give me Karl-Anthony Towns over 19.5 points. Give me Anthony Edwards to grab 8 rebounds. And then let's tuck us in with Dallas Mavericks to cover the 5-point spread. I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight. Can come down to the buzzer. Either team can pull it out. I'm hoping we can get a game 6. I think that'll be fun. But hopefully the Mavs can cover that spread as well. And we could be celebrating a winning night. If you have more picks and plays that you like, let me see what NBA action you're taking. I'm going to drop some baseball winners inside the Discord group. So make sure you guys are coming and join the family. Appreciate the love and support. Let's get to that chat. I'll see you tomorrow's video. Later, gang.